Welcome back, Tigers. This is the next video in our Salesforce quote series. Once the lost product tracking data model is in place, the real value comes from the automation. In this video, we'll build automations that automatically identify products lost during deal negotiations. Before you follow along, make sure you've completed the Salesforce Quotes Part 8 video, since this build requires you to complete the steps in that video first. You'll find the link in the description below. Now let's go learn how to build these amazing automations for our revenue teams. All right, here we are in Salesforce, and we already have our lost product tracking object all ready to go. And now we need to create an automation that's going to tell us which products we didn't win in the deal. Now, our flow is going to fire whenever the opportunity is closed won. It's going to compare all of the products on the opportunity to all of the products that exist on the quotes. And then it's going to identify which ones didn't make it to the closed won opportunity, and then create a lost product tracking record for each of those products. You need to make sure that you have a couple of things in place in order for this to work. Number one, users can be deleting quote products off of quotes that were already presented to a customer. That's extremely important. You need to lock that down and then make sure that they are cloning the quote and then removing the products that the customer has asked to be removed and adding the new ones they have requested. So we are going to show you how to build a subflow that's going to be invoked from multiple places, because we have multiple scenarios that we need to satisfy here. So we're going to go into setup and we're going to go to flows. We're going to create a new flow. This will be an auto-launched flow. And we're first going to add a decision element here. And this is going to be which process. So I let you in on a secret that this is going to be invoked from multiple flows in multiple scenarios. So our first scenario is when the opportunity is closed won. So we're going to have a variable here that is going to tell our subflow which process we want to invoke. So this is allowing us to invoke the subflow from multiple places and then control which processing we want it to fall down. So we're going to create a var process text variable, and we are going to input the action from our subflow from each of the different record triggered flows that we're invoking this from. So our first record triggered flow that's going to invoke this is our closed won opportunity flow. So after we build this subflow, we will go to that one and connect it to here, and you'll see how all that's going to work. So our first step when an opportunity is closed won, we want to get all of the related opportunity products, because we're going to have to compare those against all of the products on the related quotes. So we're going to look for the opportunity ID to equal, and we're going to create a new resource here. And this is going to be called var opportunity ID. And we're going to pass the opportunity ID from our record triggered flows into the subflow. Make sure you make it available for input. And then we want all records to come in here. And we just need the product ID for those opportunity products. Then, yep, you guessed it, we're going to use a transform. And we're going to transform those opportunity product IDs into a text collection. So we're going to get the related opportunity products right here, and then we're going to map that to a text collection, allow multiple values, create that, and then you'll just map your product ID over to that collection. Let's go ahead and save this so we don't lose any of our work. And then this flow is going to be invoked from two different record triggered flows. Okay, so our next step here is to get all of the quote line items related to our quotes. So we'll do a get records here. We're going to get quote line items for related quotes. And then we're going to look for the opportunity ID. So this is the custom field that we created in the previous video. So you see how we're using it. It makes it so that you only have to do one query to get the related quote products, which is nice. And then we're going to look for the product ID is not in our opportunity product IDs. because that means that it didn't make it to the closed won opportunity. And these are the records that we want to create lost product tracking records for. So you're going to then select all records there, and then we are going to choose fields and assign variables. The reason for this is because we're going to add items to this collection from multiple places. So this allows us to be really efficient within our flow. So we're going to create a new resource here. We're going to call this quote line item records. This is going to be record, and this will be the quote line item. You're going to allow multiple values in the collection. And then you're going to select all the fields. So here you want to make sure that you select all the fields that you created in the lost product tracking custom object, because these are the values that it's going to use to create those records. Quote ID and then the opportunity ID. Now we need a decision element here. And we need to see if there's any quote line items in this collection. And then we'll check for our get quote line items for related quotes. Is null, is false. Next, we're going to loop these quote line items if they exist. So we want to loop this collection here, because remember we added that get records to this collection. So you don't want to loop anything else except for that collection, because that's where all those records are getting assigned to. Now we're going to add an assignment element. And we're going to assign all the fields that we need for our lost product tracking record. And we're going to start by creating a variable here. So we'll click a new resource. This is called var lost product tracking record. This will be a record. This will be lost product tracking. And then we want to map all of the fields for this record. So we want to map product from the loop. And we want to pull the product from here. Next, we're going to map the opportunity from the loop. Next, we're going to do the quote. Now the quantity. Your sales price. And then we're going to create a new collection. We're going to collect the lost product tracking records. We'll allow multiple values in that collection. So we're going to add our lost product tracking record, and you just backspace over that period, and that's all you need here. Now, one thing that can happen is that the same product can exist on multiple quotes. And now it's up to you if you want to create multiple records in the lost product tracking for each of those products, because there could be nuances to those, right? There could be differences in quantity. There could be differences in sales price, discount even. I think it really depends on your business process if you want to allow duplicates to be created, or it depends on the products that you're selling. I'm going to show you how to do both ways. So if you want to create duplicate products, meaning you're going to create a product, if it doesn't exist on the opportunity and it does on the quote, but the product is the same on different quotes, we're going to create a record for each one if you leave the structure like this. If you only want to create one lost product tracking record and just choose the first one, you'll need to add in a decision element here. So I'll show you how to do that so you can choose which way you want to go, because I could go both ways. It just depends on how complicated you want to get. I think probably keeping this simple to begin with is good, but I can also understand when the quantities are completely different, you kind of need to know that information. So we're going to add in a decision element here, and we're going to check to see if a collection contains our product ID. So we're going to create a new resource here. This is going to be called var collect lost product tracking product IDs. This is going to be a text collection and will allow multiple values in this. And then we're just going to look for this to contain the product ID that's coming through in the loop. So this is how we'll prevent more than one record from being created for the same product. Then you'll add your assignment to the no path. And then you'll have to update your assignment. So you're going to have to add the product ID to this new variable that you just created. And you'll do loop product ID. So then it'll get added to that text collection. And then if it exists already, it'll just go down the yes path and it won't get added to the collection to get created again. Your choice on how you want to handle that. All right, so then we're going to come outside of our loop. So outside right here, and you're going to do a create records. We'll create lost product tracking records. We're going to create multiple and we're going to create them from the collection. We'll click save there. Okay, so now this Subflow doesn't seem too complicated just yet, but it is going to get a little worse because we are going to have scenarios where the user could be adding products to the quote after the opportunity is closed won for bid. I hate that, but I know it sometimes happens and we have to support that action. We're going to have additional things that we add in here. I wanted to keep it a little simple so that we can test out our process and make sure that it is working before we get too much going on here. We'll go ahead and save this flow. We'll activate it. And then we're going to go to our record triggered flow called Opportunity Closed Won Automations. Now, you may not have this flow. And if you don't, I highly recommend that you do because it is one of those awesome things to be able to check all of the actions that happen on an opportunity whenever it's closed won. So we have an isolated record triggered flow that fires only when the opportunity is won. So if we look at the entry criteria, it has 1 equal to true is what it's looking for, and it only fires when the opportunity is won. It does not fire again if anything happens after the opportunity is won. Now we're going to add into this that we want to invoke our subflow. So we're just going to add in the subflow anywhere. We don't have certain conditions that we want this to fire off of. You may want to look for the synced quote ID field to have a value if some of your opportunities don't have quotes, because then it doesn't make sense to run this. So that would look like this. So you would create a decision element and opportunity has synced quote. So then you'd look for the opportunity that triggered the flow to have a value in the synced quote ID field. So this is null is false. So if it has a synced quote, we're going to send it to our subflow. And it's this one right here, opportunity quote line item subflow to create lost products. So this will be called send to subflow to create lost product tracking records. And then we're going to pass two variables here. So this is just going to be the triggering opportunity ID. And then this is going to be the actual words closed won, because this is how we're controlling which part of the process in our subflow these actions are going down. So we want it to go down the closed won process. So we'll save this as a new version and we'll activate this. And now we're ready to test this out. All right, so we're going to come over to our opportunity here that we've got set up. It has 3 quotes that were presented to the customer, and only one of these quotes is syncing back up to the opportunity. Now, if we look at these quotes, we'll see the differences in their products. This first quote has 5 different products on it. It has our social media package in advertising, Google Ads, LinkedIn, and influencer marketing. And you also see that it has discount percentages with different prices. Now, if we look at the second quote that's syncing, This one has our social media management packages only. So this one only has 2 quote line items on it. Then the third quote has our Google Ads, LinkedIn, and our influencer campaign products on it. So it has everything except for our social media stuff. And then the discount percentage is different than the other quotes. So the sales price is different. What we expect to see is that the quote that is syncing is our social media management package only, right? This one right here for $62,000. So that means there are 3 other products, our Google Ads, LinkedIn, and our influencer campaigns that we should see in our lost product tracking. Now, one thing that may influence your decision on whether or not to track multiple lost product records for the same product is the fact that the discounts could be different. I mean, this is a really good scenario, right? We have a 25% discount here, and then over here we have a 50% discount. So you probably want the ability to see that product was offered twice at 2 different discounts. So you may want to take off that decision element in the flow, but I'll leave that up to you because it's totally a business decision. All right, so here we're going to update our opportunity to closed won, and then we should see our magic happen. All right, we see 3 products were created, which is absolutely perfect. And so we see only 1 influencer campaign, and it just shows the first record, and the discount didn't come over. So we need to add that into our flow. We knew that we didn't map that over here. So we'll need to add that field in here. We'll add that in a future video because we have some other things that we're going to add on this as well to satisfy the additional scenarios. So if we open up one of these records, it looks like everything is working perfectly. It's all linked to the quote, the opportunity. And so now we'll be able to report on this really, really easily. All right, so we're going to work on additional scenarios in our next part 2 video of this. We have 2 scenarios we're going to satisfy for, so it's up to you on whether or not you want to bolt these on. We're going to solve for quote line items being added or deleted from the quotes after the opportunity is closed won. So I know that we hate this. Nothing should be edited after the record is closed won, but in reality, it does happen sometimes where somebody needs to make a change. So if a product is added, records need to be deleted from the lost product tracking. If a record is deleted, then we need to add products to the lost product tracking. So we will see you in part 2 of this automation video. That's it. That's a wrap. Be sure to subscribe to Blue Tiger Academy so you don't miss our next video, where we will show you how to add 2 additional scenarios to the lost product tracking. If your teams need to add or remove products after the opportunity is closed won, you'll need to add some additional automations to update the lost product records. Let us know in the comments below if you have any questions or if you'd like to see a video on a different Salesforce topic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.